restoring balance unto thee. Do not be afraid, your Father's saving grace. Do not hesitate, let's reignite your faith. Divine encounters are alive. Divine encounters, our life's design.
Thank you for joining me, the Oracle of Apollo, your host here on Divine Encounters, Dominique Rivera, and today is our supernatural story time. But of course, I always invite you guys first and foremost to make sure that you have your high quality H2O, as this is not a passive viewing experience, but there will be energy shifts during this program. So make sure that you have your water with you. And of course, as always, to your health and to your prosperity. Yum. Today I have a super special story time for you guys. Last Wednesday, I told you guys about my ayahuasca ceremony experience, and it was absolutely beautiful. And today, this is kind of like a part 1.5, because I'm bringing on someone, my creator, out of all people, who went on her own supernatural experience and her own ayahuasca ceremony. And we'll be bringing her on here today so that she can tell you guys all about how her ceremony went. But first, make sure that you guys are liking and subscribing this. And I hope I sound okay today. To those of you guys at home, let me know how I sound here in the comments. I have been working at this, so hopefully it sounds all right. Make sure you like and subscribe. That way you get notified when I am going live. I go live every Sunday and Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, you can work with me, and I have some free things in this group as well at meetup.com, Awakened Philadelphia. Yesterday, we did the Violet Flame Transformation Mantras, and then Monday night, we did the Oneness Blessing. And those are free, so feel free to come into the group and enjoy some energy work with me. Of course, you have an opportunity every Wednesday night to win an angel blessing, channeled angel blessing just for you. And all you have to do is share this feed, comment that you've shared, and then go ahead and email me at divineencounters@e360tv.com. Feel free to screenshot that. And if you want to have I am looking for sponsors at this moment. I'm finally opening my doors to sponsors. If you want to plug or an item or have a service you want to feature here on E360 TV network, which reaches about 400 to 500,000 people weekly, feel free to message me. Again, here's a screenshot. Feel free. And before we bring on my mother, who is the first person I bring on that's part of my family, I want to say thank you to some donations this week from Mary Lou and Erica, who have donated funding for this humanitarian project. And I got this in the mail today that I wanted to share with you guys, all the way from Chicago. This was sent to me, and I thought it was really beautiful and special. And a photographer who made these cards, they're 4x6 tarot cards. He made these beautiful cards. This is the Judgment card. This is the Alchemist card. And he took these photos, I'm trying to get it in there. He took these photos at the Renaissance Fair, and he wanted to share them with us today. And he sent me this. So thank you to Ben from Chicago for sending these here. And he also sent, there was no Burning Man this year, but there was a virtual one. So I got a Burning Man wrist VIP. And he also sent this awesome Chicago. Oh, you guys can't see it because it's so bright. Yeah, it's just too bright. The light's not catching it. Oh, there it is. This is the state flag of Chicago. And he sent that as well. So thank you, Ben, for sending that. And if you need a photographer and are in Chicago, I will put his information below there. So thank you guys for all of your donations and your gifts this week. I really appreciate it here in Divine Encounters because this is all coming out of my own pocket and it's my own money, you know? So your help is um, definitely helpful. Okay, so let me see here. I'm breaking up a little bit according to you guys. So let me just take off my second camera off the feed. That way it can maybe help a little bit. All right, so coming into our supernatural story time. And of course, every week at the end of this segment, we're going to have the midweek energy collective check-in. So make sure that you stay so you know what the energies are for the rest of the week. We're going to have the divine experience as well to help you start off, or this is the middle of the week, right? To help you continue the rest of your week on a high note, feeling recharged and balanced. We're going to press you a question and have you tap into your inner child today and ask you to participate in the Apollo games, in which I will provide a psychic question that you guys will attempt to guess. In addition, of course, we will also have the good news, and that's the current energies of the week. So now let's guess the one, the only, my mother. Well, hello, Mother, Meta, Creator. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you? Thank you for having me on the show today. I'm a little nervous.
Thank you for coming back. You were here last week, and I told you all about my supernatural story time. And this week, you're sharing yours with us. So that's pretty awesome. And I feel like it's giving some people here kind of like an understanding of how there's so many different aspects to healing. There isn't one route. And I feel like introducing this to you guys, it's super beneficial just for the expansion of it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do?
Well, my name is Cindy. I am an Reiki teacher, master Reiki teacher. I also am an IET practitioner. I've been doing this for a number of years already. I've been on my journey for also a number of years, and you have been actually my teacher for the whole time. And I've been looking for my, I've been walking my spiritual path and looking for things that help me.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So I decided to try the medicine. And I've been on medication, first of all. I've been on medication for 20 years. And that's just poison. You know, I got to do blood work every 3 months, check the levels, sleeping pills, pills for depression, you could say, all kinds of junk, just feeding my body poison. So I haven't been off this medicine in 20 years. So to do this journey, I had to get off my medicine about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, and before we get into this part, because I know you're going to lead into your story, I like to start off each episode with the good news, and that's the current energies of the week. And then we're going to get right into Cindy's story, and she's going to tell you about all her prepping, everything, all the courage that it took for her to get to this point and her story. So let's get into the good news. Yes. What's good? Okay, that's a little choppy on that side because I rather have the visual choppy on that than have my audio choppy. And so here today, the good news is water your garden. We're going into my Siri voice. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Earth is a seasonal planet. And as such, you're a seasonal being, cyclic. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day after day. You are strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest and refuel, to take a moment to restock and replenish and slow down right on down. Your body is the only body you are given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and your body first. I know it can feel like time is running out, as if there are urgent things that simply cannot wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we are putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend or day or even an afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself on your reserves. There is enough time. Life will bend toward you when you do. So the question here today, because these do have a question. The question is, what is your body yearning for? So I'm using this deck now because I like that it has these questions and I want you guys to put into the comment section just one word. What do you know your body is yearning for? And if you don't know, this is a good time to use this as an exercise. And I'm just going to say hello to those who are here. Hi, Nelsida. How are you doing today? We're going to bring Miss Cindy back on the stream now. And hello, Mr. Angelo, with the moon energy happening there. Miss Cindy, you're back on, and let's take off this second camera. So, what did you feel like this question felt like to you? What are you yearning for?
That card is spot on. If we don't take care of ourselves and we don't have, me personally, I need that silent, that stop time in the middle of the day or something, because we're continually doing this for ourselves or for somebody else, for the kids. And we do need this a few minutes for ourselves daily. It's absolutely spot on.
I agree. And the blessing for this, I didn't mention, is Archangel Michael, and he's blessing everyone with travel. This is holiday season after all. So this is the blessing if you're traveling. This is kind of like it's going to be okay. It's going to be safe for those of you. And if you're not physically traveling, this can be an inner travel or moving through something. Kind of like we're going to rest first and then we're going to keep moving. So don't worry. Things will start to move again once your body is replenished. Okay, so let us know about what was the purpose of this ceremony that you were going into, and then fill us in on how you prepared.
Well, my purpose was, and my intention was to get complete healing. There's a lot of physical and mental things going on. So I wanted complete healing. That was my intention, and maybe find out about my path. So about 3 weeks ago, I had to go to the doctor, get some blood work. I talked to my doctor about what I was going to do. She said, fine, you could do that, but let me know what happens. Call me back and let me know what happens. She goes, I know you've been on a journey. So I was nervous. This is very nerve-wracking, because when you've been on medicine for so long and you think your body needs it or your mind needs it to stop it, it's you get a lot of anxiety over this. So I did stop the one pill that I could not do with ayahuasca because it's just too dangerous. So that's when I started my journey. And then I went on to my dieta. And backtracking, I did go and get another blood test. And I got the results the day before I did the ceremony to make sure it was out of my system.
And just so the people at home know, when she's saying that she had to take these medicines out of her body, it wasn't because there would have been a bad side effect from taking these medicines and the ayahuasca. What would have happened is that she could have died. It could have been fatal because these two chemicals just react in that way. So this isn't just like, oh, I would have a bad headache or a bad trip. No. This could have resulted in death. So it was very important to come off of the medicine.
So I started my dieta before you went last week. So I had like a week and a half. And, there was no salt, no sugar, no spices, no oils. I didn't do any meat besides fish. No caffeine, no coffee, no soda, water, and carrot juice. It is not easy when you get into 7 or 8 days of this. Not easy at all, for real.
I think the
So
first few days was like, "Oh, no, this is not a problem." And then I
yeah, yeah.
remember telling you, "Yeah, because you're on day 3. Wait till day 6 and 7 comes," and you're like, "All right, I'm
Uh,
over this."
I had enough of that. Yeah. So besides the dieta, I stayed steady with. I try to cover all my tracks. I did not do any research on it on how people reacted. I wanted to have my own experience, and I didn't want to go in there with other people's thoughts or feelings.
Right.
So I didn't look anything up. So I did all kinds of meditations. I did the shadow self, make sure she was good or he was good, inner child. I did everything I could think of. Saint Germain. I wanted to make sure I was prepared. And
Did you feel
throughout,
like because me and you have gone to Brazil and there was a similar
Mhm.
preparation for this.
This was,
But did you feel like before you got to the ceremony, there was already things moving or like aligning for you to prepare you for the actual ceremony? And if so, could you express what that is like?
it was absolutely, and all the meditations that I did during that week of the dieta, everything came out clear, like to go forward. I had during me,
I think I lost her.
Saint
Oh,
Germain. Yeah, during the whole week. And what I kept coming up in my meditations were all these animals, frogs and cougars and elephants. It was the whole mother Gaia. It was everything from her. She was showing herself in all my meditations. So, I said, oh, okay, I got good backup here. Can't complain. So I went in there, oh, yeah, I'm strong. I can do this. So they actually prepared me before the ceremony. They do, just like seeing John of God. So we made it down there. To the shaman. We went in. He was very hospitable. He made me very comfortable. We went upstairs. He explained what he was going to do. We talked for a little bit. And I am a smoker. I smoke cigarettes. So he offered me some mapucho in a little
mapacho.
ashtray. Mapacho in a little ashtray,
I
right next
actually
to the.
have some. I have some right here in my pipe that we got from Brazil. My little shamanic pipe has some crystals inside of it, and this is a special tobacco that is for blessing. That's what this tobacco is for.
Yeah. So since I am a smoker, he offered me a mapacho and he gave me 2. And I said, okay, I'll smoke a little bit of this. I'll put it down. And, later on, I'll smoke if, I feel restless or bored or
Right.
if it doesn't work. But that was not the case at all. I mean, it stayed behind. It was not the case.
Well, and the mapacho, it helps you connect stronger to the
Yes.
mother ayahuasca. So it's like clearing entities, negative entities out of you and connecting to the plant medicine even stronger.
So after we spoke and he coached me on what he was going to be doing, he said, no more talking. So the only thing that was going on was a little candle, and the candle, no, before he blew out the candle, I'm sitting and he walks into the room with the medicine and his ritual clothes, which is very important. I'm sorry, I might be going ahead of myself. So he had on his ritual clothes and he grabs a seat and then he calls my name. He goes, Cindy. I was already nervous. He goes, Cindy. And I got up. I went to him. I kneeled in front of him and I cupped my hands with all due respect to the medicine. I took the cup of medicine and gulped it down. And I saw him just smile. And then I got up and I said, that was not sweet and sour, because that's a little joke that we had going on. I said, in my mind, I'm going to think it's sweet and sour because I heard it tastes so bad.
Yeah,
said,
you were trying to placebo effect yourself with the sweet and sour. And I said to you,
yes.
I'm not going to even tell you what it tastes like. You just go ahead and believe that it's sweet and sour, and we'll see what happens.
Yes,
We'll see
yes,
what
yes.
happens.
So when I got up after drinking, I said, that was not sweet and sour. He didn't laugh because he didn't know what I was talking about, of course. That was an inside joke. So with that done, I went and I sat in my corner of the room. Candle goes out. So it was completely dark. I mean, you couldn't even see the hand in front of you. So give me a minute. I just wrote the notes so I wouldn't forget. So I laid down. And then I could feel the medicine, like it bypassed, I don't know if it bypassed my throat, but I could feel the medicine start to come down and like roots to the side. And it came down a little bit more and more roots. Like it was making space in my body, like a tree root that just expands. And it kept going down to my chest and expanded more. It felt like if there was just roots growing in, and it continued down to my stomach. And I think that's where it stopped. And then I just felt those roots. It was inside me. So he had told me how he was going to come up to me and he was going to blow some smoke. He blew smoke on my head. He laid his hands on my head. And when he did that, I saw, when he connected to my head, I saw roots, red roots, covering my brain completely. That's how that went. Plus everything that was going on inside. So I lay down. Then my visual started. I started seeing like letters and numbers and symbols. It looked almost like a Walt Disney movie. It was pastel neon lights. And then it was just floating like chapters coming towards me. And I'm thinking in my head, well, I want this to go slow. I'm trying to control it. I want this to go slow because I don't want to get dizzy and I don't want to get sick. Yeah, that's not the case. And after that, after I started hallucinating and I was watching that, I could hear a voice, a woman's voice myself, I don't know. And she was saying, oh, she doesn't like hallucinating. No, don't do that. I'm sorry, I'm just reading my notes. Then the purging began. It got to my stomach. And I tried to get up. I let him know that I need to go to the bathroom. I tried to get up. That was not happening. So I started to crawl on all fours towards the door.
Why do you feel like that wasn't happening?
I couldn't move. You know, I just like my body just couldn't make it. So he literally, I had to hang on to him. And then, you know, he was kind enough to walk me to the door of the bathroom. When I went to the bathroom, this is the best way I can describe it. The front of the moment it happened, I felt it and I knew it. The front of my solar plexus, like psh, something exploded out. And it was from the front of, it's the front part of the solar plexus, but like in the middle, if that makes any sense. If it was a ball, it would be right in the middle, but towards the front. So that's how my purging began. And made it back to the room with assistance, of course. And then once I laid down, then the purging from the mouth. Now that, again, I also felt the back part of my solar plex. That's where it came from. I mean, something came out. And then that's when I started purging it in the bucket. And then I kept reminding myself at that point, breathe, breathe, breathe. Don't put your face inside the bucket. You know, my coach had told me. And I could see Oracle's face, like, Don't stay over the bucket and breathe and breathe. And a few times I saw Oracle.
Okay,
She would put,
that's one of those things that it sounds very divine. So before we get to your next part of your
yes,
story, you start telling about everybody how I was floating all around you.
yes.
Let's go ahead and do the divine experience and build the energy up so that way Miss Cindy can get through the rest of this story and we can all feel fantastic doing it. And if you have never had the divine experience with us today, you are in for a treat. The divine experience is where I walk you through 1 minute of energy work and give you guys at home a chance to experience what energy feels like. So, what I ask everybody to do now is in the comments section right there. If you're watching from any social media platform, you'll have access to the comment section. You're going to put from 1 to 10. How are you feeling today? 1 being I have the least amount of energy, and 10 being I have the most amount of energy, right there in the comment section below. And let us know where you at. And it's important to know where you are. So that way, after the 1 minute, you can then gauge if you have shifted. But we won't know if you've shifted unless you have a control. So just check in with yourself really quickly. And then in the comment section, go ahead and write that down. And I'm going to start with you, Mom. How are you feeling today from 1 to 10, 10 being the most amount of energy and 1 being the least amount of energy? How are you feeling?
I want to say an 8.
You're at an 8? That's a good number. I feel like
Yes.
I'm at a 8.4
Yes.
right now in this moment. I've already had 2 very long, very long days.
Yes.
So we won't move on until somebody go ahead and comment right there in the comment section and let us know how we're going. And then we're going to go ahead and start this 1 minute. And all you have to do is just intend on where you want this energy to go and just breathe and follow. So get ready because we're going to begin now.
Divine encounters are alive. Divine encounters, our life's design.
Okay, 1 minute on the clock, and I see quite a few people watching. So I'm not sure if they're not on social media watching, since no one has commented yet. But close your eyes right now. Take a breath in. 1 minute on the clock, and we're gonna go ahead and start transmitting energy for all of you at home. Take a breath in. Breathe that into your spine. On the exhale, releasing what no longer serves you. Then the next breath in, breathing into your heart. On the exhale, releasing what no longer serves you. Breathing in on the next breath, allowing this to go into your throat, and exhaling what no longer serves you. Breathing in now into the third eye, beautiful golden luminous light, and exhaling what no longer serves you. The third eye is between the eyebrows. And then finally breathing into the crown and exhaling what no longer serves you. On the next inhale, allow yourself to feel that beautiful luminous golden light expanding through all of your organs, tissues, muscles, tendons, and physical body. And then it's allow it to expand beyond your body. And 1 more breath in and push it down into your stomach. On the exhale, bring both palms together in front of your heart in prayer position. And I bow to all of you, closing the channel. Namaste. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about how you're feeling now after that 1 minute. So make sure you put it in the comment section, 1 being the least amount of energy, 10 being the most amount of energy, so we can see how you have shifted over this last minute. For me, I feel the vibration still climbing, and I'm at like a 9.6, but I still I feel climbing, and I feel a lot of energy coming in through my crown as well, and moving down my spinal column into the ground. So that's where I'm at. How about you, Cindy? You cannot be heard. I'm not sure why we can't hear you. There
I
you
feel
are.
like 11 or 12. I can still feel,
Yay!
I feel the energy just like a bunch of nerves. It's completely throughout my whole body.
Awesome. And Nelsita is now at a 6. So that's pretty awesome from Nelsita. Thank you for participating.
How about now? Okay. Yeah, I'm at least a 12. Like the whole energy is just flowing from the bottom to the top.
From the bottom,
And
and
it's
now
still
we're
moving.
nice. Okay. So let's get back to your story. You saw my face in the pitch black, and this is where you left off. I'm not sure why, but you're I see you speaking, but I don't actually hear you
Okay.
speaking.
So let me be clear. When I say I purged from my solar plex, and it was like a ball of roots that came out through both ends.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What about now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. So what I was saying was I wanted to be clear when I say I was purging from both ends. What I felt that I released from inside my solar plex was something bigger than a golf ball. It was like if there was a ball right there, and when it came out, it felt like a root ball. Like if I would have been a tree and I would have had like a hairball that a cat has, but in roots. This is what I felt come out of my body. At that point, that's when this headache exploded after I purged out my mouth. And I went against the wall, and I'm just like, nothing hurt on my body. I wasn't feeling any pain, but all these things were coming out of my mouth, like like if I was dying. At that point, I think it was at that point, the shaman again walks up to me. Well, anyway, he was in front of me when I noticed it. And when I looked at him, it looked like he was floating, almost like a mesh, but I could only see like the bottom of him. It looked like just his bottom. You could see his protection, the way they were protecting him. All these lights that was coming out, radiating off of his body. At that point, he sprayed my head, sprayed my chest and my hands. And then I put that on my face. And I remember smelling it, and it was like it cleared. It was like another chapter, like a book in chapters, and everything cleared. The headache went away. I wasn't dying anymore. I'm looking at my notes. I'm sorry. So at that point, that's when everything changed. And I could hear the chanting, or what they call the Ícaro. That was just prominent, like the Ícaro and the whistling. And there was no more visual at that moment. Like this time span went for me really fast. It did not feel like hours, or everything was like in minutes. But it wasn't. So my visuals, at the time that I purged, my visuals stopped. Everything after that was physical. So I started purging through my mouth at that point. And like my mouth was not big enough to let go of that perch. And I know that went on for a long time, but I could feel like somebody or something like holding my upper lip in the bottom of my jaw, like opening my mouth. I had to keep purging and purging and purging, like and then when I touched my face, I could feel all these tears coming down my face. I wasn't crying. I wasn't in pain. I was not in any discomfort. At one point, I caught myself listening to the Icaro. And I thought I was singing. I was just making noises or sounds. And then when I did start singing, that's when I saw the oracle again. I saw her a few times. I had caught myself like if I was mocking the ceremony. That's the best way I can describe it. Like half of me, like I gave myself an evil smile. Like I started to mock the ceremony in my head. And then when I hear in the background in a female's voice, no, don't do that. That's disrespectful. Then I came back, I came back to myself. And there was more trips to the bathroom. And then at one point I was laying on my left side. Now really couldn't even move. When I see and I feel my hands, the knocking going on the air mattress, and I'm looking in the same rhythm of the Icaro. And it was like all of us has strings that you can move around at will. So my arms would start, but this is a long extended time. My arms were my one arm kept going up in the air and knocking, but it was constant with the Icaro. Then I felt like these strings attached to me. Then both of my feet were together, and my feet somehow started pounding. Just the feet started pounding on the floor and pounding and pounding and pounding. Then my legs started pounding and pounding and pounding. My shoulders. I mean, I can't even, if I try to do it dancing, I can't do it. When the shoulders back and forth, like that, and my entire physical body. I didn't know why I didn't question it. But at one point, I asked to myself, I said, ¿Qué esto? I said in Spanish, ¿Qué esto means, what's that? What is this? Then I heard, espiritismo, santeria. That's the word, I'm sorry. The correct word that I heard was santeria. And then it said exorcism. And that Icaro plus the shaman, I know he had, I don't know the right name for it, that little leaf. And as that went on and the sound continued and the whole Icaro, my whole body, it was like almost if it was seizing. I had no control over my body whatsoever. And this continued on throughout the night. But before that, I felt it was freezing. But my conscience mind was saying, but your feet are warm. How? And I was freezing. And then that's when all that started and continued the purging. Then when I turned over, then my other hand also kept knocking on the other wall. And then I said, oh, I'm going to break my knuckles. That's how hard, what I felt. I said, I'm going to break my knuckles. And then, so I think I opened my hand, and then my fingers, it was just in rhythm with the Icaros. They were saying whatever they were saying, and my body was just reacting to everything they were singing. It was an involuntary movement. It was something, wow, I can't even describe it. And at one point, I remember asking Mother Gaia, I said, Mother Gaia, be kind with me. So this continued. I have no idea how long this happened for. And then at one point, I said, I thought to myself, now I'm exhausted. And then my body, because it was intense movement. And then my body started slowing down when I heard from the shaman. I heard that whistle. And when he did that whistle, it was like something came over my body. It was nice and smooth and calming. And it kind of like almost stopped. And I believe more or less at that time, I think I fell asleep, but you think you didn't sleep. The shaman did not wake me up. He said I had a hard night, so we didn't talk until the morning time. And then when we met downstairs, we started talking, and I told him what I heard. And then he says, yeah, it was an exorcism. He goes, after I received my medicine, what I heard was bad spirits, that I had bad spirits. And he goes, yeah, I've seen this before. And then we talked a little bit after that. And before you knew it, it was already the next day. And I think that's where I'm going to stop.
Wow. That's intense. That's intense. So I know you had a conversation. We've had talked about this previously, other than today, but I know you kind of laughed at me a little bit because you were like, it wasn't rainbows and unicorns.
Oh,
It was, you were like, well, how did you get all that rainbows and unicorns and I didn't get
it's like, like, no. But again, during the ceremony, I do remember thinking, I didn't want to get lost in the sea. I didn't want to go off of what I was doing. So I was able to recall why I was there. And I said, in a small voice, complete healing for healing for healing. It was three things that kept going through my mind: healing, breathe, and stay off the bucket. Those were the three things. And don't fall asleep. And that's when I kept seeing Oracle. I saw her a number of times. I can't say how many times, but I did see her a number of times, like just show up in my face and then go off in the air. Show up in my face and go off in the air. I gotta say, the shaman, I think he went on and beyond, because he did have to walk me literally to the door of the bathroom. He with very much caring, with empathy. And because during this time also, even when I was walking, I kept making these sounds. Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but this is what I heard. The sound that kept coming out of my mouth throughout the whole night, it was outs, outs, outs. It's not English, it's not Spanish. I don't know what it is, but it continued outs, outs, outs. But regarding the shaman himself, I appreciate that he watched over me, and he took good care of me. He even had to fix my bed at one point, because he said it looked like a tornado, like a tornado hit it, because I was everywhere.
It was violent, right?
It was it was violent. But in the
And
morning,
how are you feeling now? It's been a few days.
it's been 3 days. Well, that's what I wanted to put in there. Something happened last night. I said, I'm going to go to sleep early today. That's what I thought in the morning. So about 11, I felt sleepy, like a natural, not tired, but sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, I've been taking sleeping pills for 20 years. So I said, I'm not going to take the sleeping pill because I feel sleepy. If I don't fall asleep, because I did try it these two past nights, I said, well, if I can't fall asleep, I'll just get up and take it, and that's it. I was completely wrong. I fell asleep at about 11:20. I slept at 8 o'clock this morning. I did not wake up. My sleep was not broken. I was completely asleep, not lucid. That is the first time in my life in 20 years that I have slept without a pill.
Wow, that's a big deal
For me. That's I would say that
for anybody. Anybody who has chronic insomnia for 20 years,
chronic insomnia.
So now you can sleep.
So anywhere I go, I gotta lug all these pills. I gotta lug the sleeping pills and lug the other pills that I was taking, and I'm still not on that one pill. And if I continue to feel good, I'm going to be talking to my doctor, because that's just poison, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well, thank you for sharing your story.
mhm.
And we really appreciate having you here. And I think that was a really courageous and brave thing to do. Going through this took a lot of bravery because you're facing so many things for yourself. But right now, how about we lighten the mood a little bit and you guys can get the husband, get the wives, get the friend. You can even get your dog because I'm about to challenge you with the psychic question with the Apollo game. Okay, this is that time of the night where I challenge my guest, Miss Cindy's, which just so happens to be my mom today. And we're going to challenge her with a psychic question. And you guys at home are going to go ahead and play along and build up your intuition abilities with us today. And all you have to do is answer this question in the comment section below. So let's see. And if you win, you're going to get from me a bona fide official, really, really sought after, one of a kind, social distancing high five. Exactly. So here's the question, and then you'll have a few seconds to answer it after.
Each of these cards has a circle, each one with a color, except one. One card has no color. Which circle is empty? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Answer your comments in the comment section below now. Reveal time!
Okay, you guys heard it. Which of the cards is empty? Which is the empty circle card? All right. Your options are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to play this music to give you a few seconds to answer in the comment section below and to give Cindy also a chance to tap in. So here we go. Okay, time is up. Put your comments in the comments below. Pencils down. Okay, Cindy, what are you saying is the answer for today? Which has the empty circle? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
I'm going to play it smart, and I'm going to pick the wrong one. So I'm going to go for number 2. So I'm going to leave space for another one, for another person to get it right.
Is that what it is? You
Yes,
have a lot
I'm
of
going to let
confidence
somebody
in
else
yourself.
get it right. Yes. I'm
Sure.
going to let somebody else get it right. Yes, I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for
Okay,
the
guys,
audience.
at home, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Put your comments.
Each of these cards has a circle, each one with a color, except one. One card has no color. Which circle is empty? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Answer your comments in the comment section below now. Reveal time! Did you say 4?
Yay, right?
Okay, you got it right at home. You made all that space for someone else, apparently.
Yes, yes.
If you got this right at home, you get that certified social distancing high five. So good for you. Nelsita had picked number 1. She was also saving space today.
Yes, yes, yes. We're considerate.
So you guys are so considerate. So thank you. And for those of you who didn't get it right, don't worry. There are no losers here on Divine Encounters. There is just the wrong answer. And that's okay because you can allow yourself to come back Sunday night, and I will ask you another question to assist you in building up this energy today. So thank you, Cindy, for you were a great guest today. I'm going to put you in the green room, and what we're going to be doing now, guys, is that we are going to go and do the midweek collective energy check-in. Of course, this is the rest of the energy for your week until Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, when I bring you all signs, horoscope, blessings, forecast for your following week. And of course, if you want to be a guest here on Divine Encounters, the email is right there. Okay, I'm going to pop you in the back, and then I'll bring you back up after the midweek check-in. All right, we're going to be coming into... Oh, you got it right. Yay. We got winner. Ding, 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 ding. Awesome. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. That high five, you know, you can have it for as long as you want. All right, so let's go to the midweek check-in. Yes. All right, coming in.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
we got
double.
double.
Hold on.
There we go. Had to take that echo off. All right, so we got this midweek collective energy check-in. Just checking, just make sure that's okay. And I like to do a ancestor and how the rest of the week is going to go along with your angel blessings. Okay, so let's see. The totem animal for the rest of the week is shark. And it says, lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior. A lot of people think of sharks as this fierce animal that's just willing to prey on you at any given moment in time. But really, they're just swimming along. You know, they're not really looking to pick a fight, and they're really only going to eat when they're going to eat. Okay, so they're not like violent. So this is just saying, be compassionate. Move forward through the rest of the week. If people are pressing you, if people are testing you, recognize that's what it is. It's a test, okay? And how are you going to respond? We have the number 7 in numerology energy happening here, which is the blending card, diversity. I feel like this is about being open-minded and allowing new understandings to take place, because there might be something out there that actually serves you more than current beliefs that you're withholding in yourself. So I feel like that's what this is about, letting other people tell you their stories, letting yourself adventure to places that you haven't been, allowing yourself to basically tiptoe in different waters this week is what I'm feeling like here. And it makes a lot of sense. We're all preparing for holiday season. So this doesn't surprise me. You're going to be around a lot of different people. And I still feel like this is still part of that testing energy as well. We have the releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives unbound card here. And you see like all the women are kind of just floating away. Cords are being cut. We're releasing things that no longer serve us. And that's why I was saying, I do feel like that's in alignment with the energy that is coming through, the information that's being channeled through me today as well, that we're just going to be letting go of what no longer serves us. We're going to be able to see the things that have value in our lives. We're going to be able to understand the things that have value in our lives and then focus on that. Because if we're focusing on the good in our lives, we'll see more good. When we focus on hurt and suffering and pains and upset and this person did this and this person did that, that's all you're going to see. Okay. It's like putting a monkey picture in front of you and then saying, close your eyes and don't think about a monkey. Don't think about a monkey. Don't think about a monkey. Guess what you're going to think of? You're going to think monkey, 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 monkey. So make sure that you're focusing on those things in your lives right now that is bringing you joy and happiness. Let's see what we have with the moon card. Okay. We have this moon deck here and it says the answers you need are coming. All right. And I feel like for some of you who are building and blending your lives into a new facet of yourself, the new metamorphosized version of you, that person who is now blending new ideas and erasing old ideas and recognizing these things no longer serve me. You may not be at the point yet of the why or the who or the what, but those answers are coming to you now. And I feel like to say to you is keep strong, keep determined, keep focused. Keep your compass, your moral compass on your true north and be you, right? Be authentic to you and be honest with yourself and allow yourself to share that with other people, that honesty and that integrity. Release the old and rest. We started today with, we have crow here, or raven rather, which is all about checking into the shadow and that aspect of ourselves that's unseen. But we started today with the good news of with resting. And now we're ending with more, okay, rest, because something is about to shift. You know, the end of the year is ending, okay, or that this year is now ending and we're going into the new. Everyone's getting all excited and everyone's starting to look at their long-term picture. But we have to make sure that our faculties, our energies, our high vibrational self is there and ready to run the marathon that is coming of 2021. So just making sure that you guys understand that this is still a time to just reflect and understand, make plans, set goals, but not really a time to take action. It's just time to fill your well, fill up your own cup. And then interestingly enough, just like those tarot cards that I was gifted in the mail, this card is the Chariot, number 7. We have 2 number 7 cards, the numbers of faith and perfection. And it's involving with the Cancerian energy, determination, ambition, and control and drive. So you see this, and then that earlier blessing was travel. So I feel like for us, it's like, okay, things are about to start moving fast, but right now is not the time to act. But it is coming to be that time in the very near future. The blessings for this week are from Archangel Michael and Angel Caziel, and they're blessing us with grace and daring. I feel like this is okay. Be daring and know exactly when the right opportunity is going to present itself for you to move forward on things. But right now, just take a step back. And then when the time is right, you'll be able to move in grace, because all of your reserves, all of that fuel, all of that energy that you've been building up, it's going to be there and it's going to propel you like a rocket ship forward. So that is the midweek energy collective check-in for you guys today. And I hope that this serves you. Let's see if Miss Cindy has a thought or two on this really quickly.
Well, it's important to listen to others. That was your second card. The shark. It's good to be peaceful. We can't do anything if we're agitated or push things that are not ready for us. We got to stay positive, and we got to stay aware of our changes.
Yes, I agree. Being aware is the most important thing of all, because that's what brings healing, and all of those beautiful things that come along, the miracles that come after the healings have presented themselves. Okay, guys. And thank you for being here. I live stream every I always want to say Monday, every Wednesday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We just had our first meeting with the network yesterday. The network is growing, so I'm really excited about that. And yay. And the last episode had 1,400 views, and I'm really happy. So thank you guys for being here. You know, this is only episode 37, and without you guys, we cannot create divine experiences, because this is why we're here. We're here for you and to assist you in bringing different perspectives every week. So I hope you join me Sunday night for your horoscopes for next week. And I pray that you all go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has
your back.
Ciao.
Namaste.
Divine encounters along the line. Divine encounters, our life's design. I am your core Apollo. Come plant your seeds with me. This guidance is to follow, healing ourselves while learning. Do not be afraid, you're part of saving grace. Do not hesitate, let's reignite